Welcome to part 11 of the Angular from Scratch video series. In this part, we'll be talking about how to use objects to store data and how to work with that data in Angular. So far, we've seen examples of several different variables being set here in the app component, and these are all primitive values. But now let's add a value that's going to be an object. So we'll name our variable name, and we'll set it to the following value. Name is Angular. So obviously, if you know anything about objects, you will be able to understand that the name object's name property can be accessed by using name.name. So let's go into the app component HTML, and right here where we have the title with the router link, let's just add this right under it. So I'll say h2, and inside this h2 I'll add the mustache syntax, and I'll type name.name. Now I'll save everything, and once that's done, I'm getting the value of Angular just as I typed it here. So for example, I can further extend my object, so I'll go comma, and then on the next line I'll type another value, and this value, let's say we give it this properties key will be type, and the value will be framework. So right there we've extended our object just like that. And now let's also update this thing here, and we'll say name.name, actually, which will be translated to Angular, is a name.type. So this should output Angular is a framework, and that works nicely. So we're getting back data from our object, and we're outputting it using master syntax. So nothing new here, but now let's extend our name object even more by making it into an array of objects. So we have an array, and in this array we have the first object that we had previously, and now let's copy this object, and now right here on the next line we're going to paste it in, and we're going to change a few things. So let's say that here name is React and type is library. Now let's save again. And now what I want to do is property name does not exist on type. Of course, yeah, we're getting an error because now we've made our name variable into an array of two objects. So I need to go back in here, and what I want to do is I want to access the first object on the name array, and I also want to access it here. So with name 0, I'm accessing the first object on the name array, and then I'm just accessing the name right here. Similar to that, I'm doing a similar way. I'm accessing the type property in the similar way. So now that I've saved all, it's gonna go back to working. So it works nicely, but this is not where I want to end my story for this video. I want to actually loop over the items in this array, and to loop over them I'm going to use the ngFor directive. So back in here I'm going to add an ngFor, and I'm going to say asterisk ngFor equals, and then I'm going to say inside the double quotes let item of name, and now I can update this to item.name is a item.type. And let's see what this code will do. So basically it will loop over everything that we have in this array of objects, and it will return Angular is a framework and React is a library. It will execute this line of code right here for as many times or for as many items that we have in the name variable right here in the class file. So that's it. We're getting Angular is a framework and React is a library output right here. And that's it for this video. In the next one, we're going to be further discussing how to work with data in Angular.